Most people think that money problems are a matter of knowledge. They believe that if you're smart enough and read the right books or take the right courses, you'll be rich. But if it were really that simple, why do so many smart people who have learned everything about money still struggle financially? The answer is that there's a much deeper obstacle. That obstacle is fear of failure and fear of success, with its greater responsibilities and higher expectations, which makes old, safe habits feel more comfortable. In fact, your subconscious mind starts to see your current situation as a safe zone, a comfort zone. Here is the most uncomfortable truth of all. For many people, it's easier to hide behind the identity of someone who was born to struggle than to step out and fight. Why? Because that identity functions as a shield. It protects them from a far more terrifying reality than a lack of money. What if I try my absolute hardest and still fail? Failing after giving your all feels like a final verdict that you're not good enough. By remaining broke without ever trying your best, you always have an excuse to protect your ego. Now, the big question is, how exactly does this defense mechanism work? How can this shield be so effective at holding us back? To understand this, we need to look inside our own mind garden. Let's use an analogy. Imagine that your mind and financial habits are like a garden. Your broke identity, the belief that I'm just the kind of person who's always lacking, is like the most stubborn, deeply rooted weed. What happens every time you try to plant a new seed, such as an intention to save? The broke identity grows faster and chokes the life out of it. Self-sabotaging behavior, such as spending unexpected cash quickly, isn't a failure. It's like your garden's automatic sprinkler system, watering those weeds and ensuring your old identity stays alive. Why do we do this? It's a shield. The broke identity is a shield that protects us from something far more terrifying: the fear of success, the fear of greater responsibility, the fear of risk. It's the fear that people will say, he used to be so normal. Now he's putting on airs. By remaining the broke one, we have an excuse. Well, I guess that's just my lot in life. It's a comfortable victim mentality. It is the comfort zone of failure. So, how do we weed this garden for good? We can't just trim the leaves. That's like trying to budget for a single month. We have to pull it out by the roots. The root is your identity. That's why we need the Financial Identity Shift program. It's not about changing your thoughts about money, it's about changing who you are in relation to money. The first step is to acknowledge and label. You have to recognize the voice of sabotage. When does it speak? When you see something nice in a store window? When you get your paycheck? That voice has a pattern. Give it a name. For example, the inner saboteur or the complainer. By naming it, you distance yourself from it. You make the enemy visible. It is not you. Once you know your enemy, it's time for the identity switch. This isn't an empty affirmation. It's a restatement of who you are. Replace "I am broke" with "I am a builder of wealth." Notice the difference. Wealthy is a state, but building wealth is a process, an active identity. A builder doesn't always have a skyscraper, but every day they lay a brick. So, how do you convince your brain that this new identity is real? This is through step 3: gather evidence. Imagine this new identity is like a muscle. A muscle doesn't get stronger just because you say, "I am strong." It gets stronger when you give it proof by lifting weights. Every day, you must give your financial identity a small weight to lift. This isn't about, "I have to track my expenses." That feels like a punishment. Instead, say, "As a builder of wealth, I will honor every dollar that comes in and goes out by tracking it for 5 minutes today." That is an identity-based action. It's not about saying, "I should read a finance article." It's more like, "As a builder of wealth, I will spend my coffee break reading an article on investing because that's what builders do." Not, "I can't buy that expensive coffee." Rather, it's, "As a builder of wealth, I am choosing to invest the equivalent of 5 coffees into my mutual fund because it aligns with my long-term goals. Every small action is a brick that you are laying for your new identity. You are proving to your subconscious mind that you truly are a builder of wealth. Your financial journey isn't a race from point A to point B. It's a transformation from who you are now to who you are capable of becoming. You're shifting from being a passive inhabitant of the comfort zone of failure to an active builder of your own future. So today's challenge is this. Who is your inner saboteur? Give it a name. What is one small action you can take today to prove you are a builder of wealth? Open the Notes app on your phone and write it down. Then do it. This isn't about money, it's about identity. When your identity changes, everything, including your financial situation, will follow.